Good Wednesday afternoon, guys. My name is Jerry Miller, and welcome to What's Barking Local, presented by Animal Connection in Ix Park. For nearly 20 years, Animal Connection has made this community so much better by championing animals and their families across the region. They've added to the value proposition with this show, What's Barking Local. In T-minus 3 seconds, you'll see the star of the show.
Oh, boy.
Pattie Zeller on set. Que pasa, my friend? How are you?
Hey, it's going. Look at us.
Doesn't this feel good?
I know. Look
Does
at
it
us.
not feel good?
We're sharing a table.
Right?
We're sharing a table. Isn't it great?
I think it's amazing. For all those that are wondering, we've all been vaccinated
That's
here.
right.
We're following CDC guidelines. We've all had the vaccine in our system, so
All
we
of
wanted to
it.
get that out.
Yep. All of it.
Before we go to Maya Proulx of Hope's Legacy Equine Rescue,
I'm so excited.
why don't we catch up with Animal Connection? What's going on?
Well, we are getting prepared for a really big weekend. If you don't know, tomorrow is National Rescue Dog Day.
I did not know that.
How about that? And they, gosh, how many dogs have been adopted in Charlottesville and Central Virginia since January 2020?
How many? Do we know?
I mean, gosh, well, we just talked with Angie Gunter at the SPCA, and she's, and how many did she say? Well, a lot.
It was a lot.
I don't remember
We'll
the
leave it
number
at a
either.
lot.
So, but anyway, we have a deal going on. We have such wonderful suppliers and distributors that always rise to the occasion when we want to do something. And we decided, rescue dogs from January 2020 to May 2021, they need more than just one day. There are that many. So we decided we would make it a weekend. So what we're doing is we're celebrating rescue dogs and the things that they're contributing to their new families. And we have a giveaway that we're doing. So if you have rescued a dog from a local rescue group like CASPA, Green Dogs Unleashed, Caring for Creatures, House, Dogs Deserve Better, Animal Connect, Shuns, even Fluvanna SPCA, you can call us or email us from our webpage, animalconnectionva.com, and this is what you're going to receive. You're going to get a full-size 4-pound bag of a choice of fish, lamb, chicken, dog food. You're going to get a gift box, which Judith's going to show on stage, and I'm just going to show you this thing. Feel it. This is how heavy this box is.
This is like $70 right here. $70.
It is chock full of treats and pet care products and things that your dogs are just going to love. And there is, I can even flip this up so you can see it. There is a $10 gift certificate to Animal Connection. I'm just going to put that in front of my face
Pattie.
so you can see what's in there. But it's got all kinds of stuff in it, but we have a limited supply. They are absolutely free. Did you hear that? Absolutely free. And there is close to $75 worth of merchandise.
Absolutely free. Should we emphasize that again?
Absolutely free. This is our gift to the families that stepped up, rescued a dog during the pandemic. And, we've got a limited supply, but we do have a few more. We can probably get you in, and we'll try. So, congratulations to the rescue families. Way to go, guys. And, we know there are other years where people have stepped up, but we decided that we would do this during the pandemic, pandemic adoption. So again, January 2020, May 2021, you do have to show an adoption certificate from a local rescue group to be able to receive the package. So that's our big thing for the week.
That's like win, 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 and win some more.
It is. I just think it's great, and I just love that our suppliers are so generous. When I need things to share with the community, they step right up and say, "What do you need, Zeller?" There they are.
That's what 20 years of relationship does.
Exactly. The other thing we want people to prepare for is not this Saturday, next Saturday. You know what next Saturday is?
What's next Saturday?
It's the last Saturday of the month. You know what happens then?
What's the
It's Fifth Saturday, right? So when Fifth Saturday comes along, we have shopping bags that people have collected throughout the years from Animal Connection. We have new ones that we're able to give you. Whatever you can stop in those shopping bags is going to be 20% off. This is a great time to stock up on some of your favorite things. We will have some large bags and medium-sized bags and lots of other things on sale that you don't have to stuff into the shopping bag. But mark your calendar. Come early. Things move really fast, but this is Saturday the 29th. The next one will be in July. The one after that will be in September, which just happens to be the same weekend as our 20th anniversary. Woohoo! So, we're sharing the love. Y'all come see us.
Y'all come see us.
That's right. Those are our two big things.
What's Barking Local, of course, presented by Animal Connection, located in X Park.
Right.
Make sure you bring your adoption certificate.
But you got to call in advance to reserve a box.
To reserve the box.
Right.
I just grabbed the box, guys. It's heavy. It has
It
a
is.
gift card in it and has a $70 value. And did I say she's giving it away free?
Absolutely free.
For free. You
Yep.
cannot beat that.
That's
Animal
right.
Connection, X Park. Now, my friend,
Yes.
should we?
We should.
Okay. Show us yours.
Absolutely. So
Studio Cam, J Dubs.
we don't just bark at What's Barking Local, but we like the ponies too, and I have a horse, and
We love animals.
that's right. We love all kinds of animals, and we like celebrating people that are doing great things in the community. And so we want to talk today about Hope's Legacy Equine Rescue, and most specifically, the founder, Maya Proulx. Maya has opened this rescue in 2008. She takes in horses, donkeys, ponies. I think I read on your webpage that since then you've helped over 3,500 or so animals.
We're just shy of 400.
Wow.
Did I say
Yeah.
3,500?
Yeah.
350.
350.
350,
Sorry.
yep.
Whoops. That was a really big number. 350. Sorry about
We'll
that.
get to the 3,500.
You will eventually.
We're not
Okay,
there yet.
There's some other big numbers we want to talk about,
Yes.
so sorry about that. But anyway, she's helped a whole lot of animals, and that is no small task, in this town. So let's talk to Maya and see what's up. She's got a big event coming up. We want to help get some word out about what's going on.
Welcome to the show.
Awesome. Thank
That's
you so
right.
much for having me. It's great to be here.
It's
Yeah.
great to have you. Your second rodeo.
It is my second time here. Yes.
That's right. You've been here before.
Yes, and I had a great time and thrilled to
didn't
be
scare
invited
her.
back. Yeah.
Introduce yourself to everybody.
That's right.
So I'm Maya Proulx. I'm the founder and executive director of Hope's Legacy Equine Rescue, and we are an all-breed horse rescue. Some rescues, they only take in thoroughbreds and things like that. Well, if it has 4 hooves and qualifies as an equine, we will accept it. We do, for the most part, only take in equines from within Virginia. We will accept transfers from other rescues that are outside of Virginia, but owner surrenders and animal control cases only come to us from within Virginia. And then we work to rehabilitate the horses and then get them adopted out to new homes, which opens up space for more.
That's nice. So it's really good to see. And you take in animals that have been into some very neglectful situations and help them back with good nutrition.
Yes.
And what's that like?
It's really difficult because, of course, you get in this really skinny animal and your instinct is just to throw food at it. And, of course, you can't do that because you'll cause more health issues for it. And you have to do it. It's a very slow progress. We will literally start with a cup of food for them because you have to get their digestive system basically reactivated. And they get a lot of hay. That is something that you can give them large amounts of initially. So we start off with a lot of the hay and the fiber, and then slowly and gradually add in senior feed and minerals and things like that.
And for some people that really don't know about horses, sometimes these animals coming in, they don't even have good grass. Their pastures are what we would call bald. And there's no nutrition in it. And they've just been trying to exist like this. It's like horses in the desert. They're existing. So,
We've got one horse that his front teeth are pretty much worn down, and our guess is that at some point he was living someplace where he didn't have enough access to grass. So he was probably chewing on trees and various other things, trying to get whatever nutrition he could. The vet was really surprised. We were able to figure out exactly how old he is because he is a thoroughbred and he has a tattoo. So we were able to identify him.
Track it.
Is it tattoo?
Yep. So off-the-track thoroughbreds have tattoos on the inside of their upper lips, and you can identify them with that tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful to figure out who this horse is, and sometimes we can figure out kind of the story of how they got to us. This one we don't quite know. He started out his life in New Mexico as a racehorse, and we haven't put together the pieces of how we went from New Mexico to Virginia.
Right, they don't all come from pretty farms in Kentucky.
No, nope, they don't. But yeah, the vet was very surprised when we told her that he's only 24 years old. She thought he was closer to 30.
How long do they live?
It really varies,
Okay.
but it's not uncommon for horses to live to their early 30s now.
Wow.
That's something. If you take care of them
Yeah.
really well, you know,
Yep.
they can do. No.
Early 30s?
Yeah,
I
Yep.
had no idea.
and it's really changing. Vet care has progressed so much, and the science of equine nutrition has progressed so much that it used to be if you could get a horse to its mid-20s, that was considered a good long
Right.
life, and now it's really pretty usual to
Is
get
the
them to
same
their
happening
30s.
with dogs? Do they have
Living
longer?
living longer.
Yeah. Because
It depends.
medicine advancements?
It's not the medicine that helps them live longer. It's a cleaner lifestyle, and basically better food.
Uh-huh.
And we're not talking the dry food.
Right.
I mean, for dogs. If you think about their food, it takes longer for a body to produce one meal of dry food than it does for them to process a meal of, you know, like fresh food.
Yeah.
And it can wear down their body. You know, it can wear them down like prematurely. You know, you think about it, those organs have got to work like 2 or 3 times longer to process the dry food than fresh food. So, you know, that takes a toll.
Here's the cool aspect of the show. If you want to give Maya some props
Yes.
or relay her a question, you can put it in the feed, and I will relay it on air. Sindri Linen,
I know Sindri, yep.
Piccolo 35, exclamation point is what she's, you know.
Yep. Piccolo
Oh.
was her horse that, yeah, like she said, she got him to 35, and he was.
Oh, that's the age.
That's the
Piccolo.
age of the
Gotcha,
horse.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep. That was how old Piccolo got to.
Well, one of my horses was age 26 when I finally stopped riding her. And she was going out to sort cattle at age 26. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's awesome.
I know. I wish she was still around.
How did, Maya, how did Hope's Legacy manage COVID? The last time we saw you was pre-COVID.
Yeah. So we were a little nervous going into the pandemic. We weren't sure exactly how that
Like
was
all of
going to
us.
affect us. Yeah. And we were incredibly lucky. Our volunteers were very careful. They continued to come out to the farm twice a day. We've got almost 80 active volunteers.
Wow.
And quick shout out, we are looking for more volunteers.
More
if
volunteers.
anybody is interested in helping feed the horses. But everybody stayed safe, and we didn't have anybody in our volunteer pool get sick.
It was nice to be outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were outside,
Yeah.
so that was
Exactly.
great.
Well, and
And,
riding horses is naturally COVID safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
You're
bicycle
socially
riding.
distanced.
You're socially distanced.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It did affect us some with fundraising. We had the most fantastic fundraiser planned. It was actually going to be up at Scott Castle. It was going to be a really great
wow.
benefit, and unfortunately, of course, in-person events had to be canceled, so we had to switch that to be a virtual event, which did well. We were a little nervous because we didn't know how everything was going to translate from doing kind of a gala type event to doing an online event, but it worked well, and we actually have our second one coming up this year.
Right.
That's next week, as a matter of fact.
Tell us about it.
So it's called Give Horses Hope.
Okay.
And our goal is to raise $60,000. We are about halfway to our goal at this point. We have VIP boxes. I'll hold my box up.
There you go.
I
So
like
I can get it up
it.
so people can see it.
And these are
We-
really nice.
We only have one of these left right now on our website.
But did you say you could make
We did say that
right?
if there gets to be enough demand, we could perhaps make some more. So if you go and they are sold out, shoot us an email and we will see what we can do for you. And these have a gift certificate from Pattie in them. And
We
there's
like
some homemade horse and dog treats and human treats and the mixings for a fun drink and all sorts of good stuff in there.
Right, it's
Hope's
well
Legacy
worth a VIP
bandana
box. And you've got great auction items too. There's a live auction going on
Yep.
on your page.
Yep, so there is a link
Right.
to the auction on the page on our website.
What are some of
And,
the highlights from that auction page?
Well, for horse people, some of the highlights are we've got a riding lesson with Will Coleman, who is a local and
Olympian?
Olympic
I know
rider.
the name Will Coleman. And I
Yep.
don't know horses, but I know that name.
Yep. We've got some trail rides for folks, including one that actually is on Hope's Legacy alums.
Cool.
That particular farm has adopted a number of horses from us. We've got some wine tastings. We've got some really nice artwork and some jewelry and a little bit of stuff for everybody, whether they're horse people or not.
That's nice. You always have a really good mix of things.
We try to keep it interesting for people. And we've got some
yeah.
good vacation options and 2 weeks at the beach. It's 2 separate weeks at the beach and stay up at Wintergreen and stay in Stanton and
Right.
Yeah.
I think on the screen, Judah's going to put the link of where people can go and see the auction.
Please do,
Right.
Judah. You'll
Right.
appreciate this comment. This is from Wanda Singletary. Jerry, I live north of town in Forest Lakes. I did not know about Hope's Legacy, but I'm a huge horse fan.
There you
Please
go.
tell us more of how we can get involved. That's exactly what you wanted.
Excellent.
Nice.
Yep.
That's what you wanted.
Exactly.
So people can get involved either by volunteering.
She also wants to know where you're located too.
So we're in Afton. We're very close to Batesville, but we are kind of southwest of Charlottesville. So we are a little bit of a hike from Forest Lakes.
Not that far.
But depending, people's comfort level, we have a volunteer who comes all the way from Richmond twice a week. So it's all your comfort level with driving. We also have people who foster for us. Of course, that does take land. You do have to have space to be able to foster.
Do a lot of people foster horses?
Yeah.
They do?
Yep.
Wow, that's cool.
So we have 48 horses in the rescue currently, and about half of them are at Castle Rock Farm, and then the other half are out in foster homes.
Cool.
And some people just foster one, and we actually had one woman who at one point was fostering 18 of our horses.
Wow.
She
Angel.
actually leased a barn to be able to foster horses.
That's
for
amazing.
us.
Wow.
She's also adopted. We probably shouldn't say the number because her husband might be watching. But
He probably
she has
is.
adopted a few horses from us.
Can somebody, let's say you don't have any land, but you could say, hey, I want to virtually adopt
So we
a
do have
horse. Can you do that?
sponsorships. Yep,
Right.
we have
You can
people
sponsor
who
a horse.
donate monthly. $25, $50, $100, whatever works for them. And
So can you come out and brush your horse and feed carrots and that kind of thing?
well, we don't hand feed treats to
Oh,
ours.
okay.
Yep.
Right.
Because unfortunately, our horses get so much interaction, they get a little mouthy and nippy if they get fed treats too much. But we do have work days and things like that where people can come out and they get to help us do projects on the farm, and then we also try and fit in some time brushing the horses and spending time with the horses.
You won't understand this, but for a horse person like me, sometimes it's just enough to, can I just come out and smell the barn?
Yes.
Right?
And smell the
It's
horse.
a thing.
and-
You know,
Yep.
horse people always love that smell of the barn and the smell of a horse. They always do. And so if you're horse starved right now and, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe you're in school and you can't have a horse right now, or you've got families and you're not able to, maybe stepping up and doing some volunteering would be a great thing to do. Horse people are always horse people.
Yes.
Always.
John Hunt in Keswick liked the show, and he likes what you stand for. Jeannie Varda, giving you some props as well on the program. Questions, comments, or perspective, if you'd like to relay it, put it in the feed, and we'll relay it to Maya or Pattie Zeller here on What's Barking Local. This one is a good one, and it's about plans for the rest of 2021 as we get out of COVID, Maya. It's a good question.
It is
It
a good
is.
question. Yes. So we started off 2021 in the most amazing manner. We actually paid off our farm.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Wait, I have a noisemaker here, and that calls for a round of applause. That was
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yep.
What a
So,
relief.
We got the farm paid off in 3 years and 4 months, which
That's
not that I
awesome.
was counting or anything.
I think you were.
That's amazing.
But that means that we have this permanent location for the rescue now, and it's 172 acres, so we can continue to grow. So the rest of this year is going to be dedicated to getting up more fencing. We've got about 25 acres fenced now. We need to continue to fence in more space because we are not slowing down at all. We've taken in 60 horses, donkeys, and mules already this year, and we're not even halfway through the year.
Well, I have a question. You know, the SPCA says they keep getting more and more animals, and even though they're placing a lot of them, you know, some people are finding out that they're going back to work, so maybe they don't have time for those animals, and they're coming back to shelters. Do you have that problem with horses?
We have not seen that problem with horses.
Did you see a spike in adoption with
We
horses?
did.
Like dogs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we saw a spike in adoptions, but we have not had a spike in returns.
Okay.
Which is great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the mindset of the adopter, where like the dog, I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn here. Like a horse, you're making a huge
It
commitment.
is a
It's a
huge
different
commitment.
commitment than a dog.
I mean, you don't walk into horse ownership thinking, well, you know,
I'm
I'll get a
uncertain. Maybe I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'll get a trainer.
Yeah.
You know, we'll go away for a weekend and it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already have it set up for a horse,
Right.
and you know.
That's right. You don't really do that.
So you have a spike. Can you put in perspective the spike in adoptions?
Ooh. I'm trying to remember the exact numbers. Well, I know our spike in intakes. So 2019, we took in 56 horses.
Okay.
2020, we took in 76 horses. And like I said, so far this year, we've taken in 60. So we're anticipating taking in well over 100 this
You're
year.
like at 120 coming in this year.
The rate
That's a
we're going,
lot.
Yeah.
it's going to be huge. But the number of horses in residence in the rescue has stayed stable. We are up right now because I just took in 9 donkeys. It's really hard to say no to donkeys.
I know. Oh my
Why do you love the
gosh.
donkeys so much?
Pattie, do you know how to describe
They're
why
ju-
donkeys
they
are so
hug you
wonderful?
back.
Yeah.
They do. I
Yes.
mean, they're different. A horse, you know, a horse is going to hang out with you, but they're not really snugglers. A donkey's going to come hang out with you, and they want to be scratched, and they're just those ears, and they're just darn cute. I mean,
They're social.
They're,
Very.
yeah. Most of them are. Some
Yeah.
of them are not. I mean, you respect that, but God, they're so damn cute. You know, I would have, if I had a bigger backyard, I'd have hundreds of them. I just love them.
And Conrad would be cool with that.
He likes them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If we had a piece of land that wasn't a poach's stamp, you know, right now it's filled with boats.
And guitars.
Well, no, there's no
Those are
guitars
inside.
outside. Yeah,
Those are-
boats and you know, we live in the city now.
So this question's come in the feed. Is this going to be the highest amount of horses you've taken in the history of Hope's Legacy?
Yes.
Not even close, right?
This year we are going to blow every previous year.
Even more than
Out of there.
that nearly famous hoarding case in
Yeah.
Orange. Remember that? Oh my
Yep.
God. Well, of course you remember that.
Yeah.
That was just.
I remember that.
That
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
craziness.
Yeah, because we took in 29 from Peaceable, but prior to that same year, we had only taken in 20 or something along those lines. Because I
Right.
think we ended up at 50 something for 2015.
Right.
So yeah, but our numbers have been staying fairly stable. We've been going between 40 and 45 animals in the rescue at any time.
Right.
So we've been adopting them out at about the same rate they've been coming in, which is great.
That's great.
Right. So, I mean, I just want to review. I mean, people, this is just a really great organization, and it's different. I mean, you know, it's hard to find homes for animals sometimes. I mean, that are big animals. So, I mean, if you've got some spare time or, you know, want to volunteer and learn about horses, you know, horses can teach you things that you don't learn in business school or you don't necessarily learn from the parents. Just the way horses interact with each other is very amazing to watch. They take people for what they are. They're very sensitive to energy. They give back as much as you give. And they're just a very different animal to get to know. I mean, some people say, "Oh, I'm afraid of horses," but they're a herd animal. They're not going to interact with you unless they feel comfortable with you. So there's a lot you can learn from horses. And I would strongly encourage if you want to do something to make a difference, volunteer, go out for a visit. People can come see what you're all
about. We have
about.
a public open house coming up on June 19th.
Oh, super. See, there you go.
Would love to have folks come out.
And when hours are those?
So that's from 10 until noon.
And what's the open house?
So we're doing, this kind of started with COVID, we're doing self-guided tours.
Cool.
So we have a little flyer basically that we put together, and it's got information on which horses are in which fields and a little background history on them, and people can wander around the farm on their own at their own pace. And we have volunteers stationed around the farm to answer questions and things like that. And,
right.
It just gives people an opportunity to come out and see who we are and what we do,
and maybe stop
maybe
by
decide
Batesville Market or Dr.
Yeah,
Ho's
pick up
on
a sandwich,
right?
Yeah.
Many questions coming in. So this is coming in via Twitter here, and we don't have to go down this road if you don't want to. But Jerry, your guest take on what's happening with the trainer everyone knows, Bob Baffert.
Oh boy.
So we should probably give some background first.
Oh,
if you
boy.
want to answer this, we can skip this if you want.
I will say I don't really follow horse racing,
Okay.
actually, so
Okay.
I don't know much. All I know is that they've suspended him because they found
correct.
drugs in the horse's system.
That won the Kentucky Derby.
And the horse that won the Kentucky
Yeah.
Derby, yes.
Yeah, Medina Spirit.
And that's about all I know about the situation, actually. 'cause
Yeah,
like
and
I said,
that's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
You got any take on that?
Well, I kind of walked away from that world. I mean, there's things that show up in different kinds of competition, and horses. These are young animals. I mean, the race horses are started young, and they earn their keep in a very short amount of time, or they don't. And if he's done something and he's been caught doing something, thank you. That's all I'm going to say is thank you, because there's a lot of it that goes on. There are a lot of rules and regulations now about drug use in competitive horses, and I wish the rules were tighter. That's what I'm going to say.
Tighter.
I wish the rules were tighter. So,
There you go.
and you have to realize that I'm somebody that, yes, I have done vet care on a horse, but I also do a lot of holistic things as well. So, if you did it, spank the hand, right?
Good take, Pattie.
So I don't know about that.
It's a good take.
I'm holding back a lot.
I know you are, because I know you.
I'm holding back a lot.
You care to...
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I won't go down that rabbit hole.
This one right here is another good one. What's the cost of maintaining a horse on a yearly basis?
I would say it averages about $3,500, and that's if you have a healthy horse that doesn't eat much, that has just sort of very basic needs, and then it only goes up from there. So if you have an older horse that's on any sort of maintenance medication or joint supplements or anything like that.
Special shoes.
Special shoes, yeah.
You know about that.
I know about special shoes.
And we have one horse that has a condition called heaves, which is basically like asthma. Mm-hmm. And her medication is almost $100 a month to keep her able to breathe comfortably. So she's in the higher end. But then we have other horses that they just eat hay and a very small amount of grain, and they're barefoot and take minimal vet care, and they're on the lower end.
Easy
of it.
keepers.
Easy keepers. We like the easy keepers. We don't see a lot of the easy keepers, unfortunately, but we do like them when we get them.
Oh, man.
We'll welcome Lisa Inge Stewart to the program.
Nice.
She likes what she's hearing right now. What's this? Why'd you invite Maya and Hope's Legacy to the show?
Well, my horses have always been somebody else's rejects, for age or time or whatever. I mean, everything from just older horses that I competed. I followed hounds. I work with cattle. I have a ranch horse that was in a very big herd, and he just didn't have the good feet to be used as a ranch horse like they needed to be used. But I mean, he and I got along great. I mean, I've always had everybody's, I don't want to say leftovers, but
hand-me-downs?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, a lot of them were because I really didn't have money for horses. And, my most favorite, my second most favorite horse, I bought for $500 because she had been at a riding school for many, many years, and she just didn't like children. I mean, she would put them in the ground, but she was small and squatty, and we called her the Mini Cooper.
What was her name?
Lightning Bug. But her name was we called her the Mini Cooper, and she was like riding a sports car, and I would just laugh and have the best time on her. And this is, not too long ago, really, but she and I understood each other really well. And the horse that I have now, the same way. We just kind of hit it off. The ranch owner said, "I have a horse that I think you're really going to get along with. Would you like to come out?" And I said, "You bet I would." I mean, I was shocked that he even asked me. So, I have a special place in my heart for these older guys. They can give you a whole lot back and teach you a whole lot of things.
Tim says via Twitter, any other animals on your farm?
Well, we do have 3 farm cats.
Okay.
They keep our rodent population down.
Oh, yeah.
And, but we do not have any other farm animals. No goats, chickens,
dogs,
anything like that.
Right.
We do get, for some reason, stray dogs like to find our farm fairly regularly, but I guess they know a good place when they spot it.
They like companionship.
Are there other horse rescues? Because it would seem like in this region, with so many horses around,
Yep,
that you guys are in a great spot.
there are a number. So we're actually a member of a group called the Virginia Alliance of Horse Rescue Organizations, or
Cool.
Equine Rescue Organizations. And I think we've got 20 members at this point.
In the Commonwealth.
In the Commonwealth.
So there's not a lot.
Nope. And there are a few organizations that are not members, but that's most of them. I know there's Feel Better Farm. They're down near Scottsville. Serenity Farm is out in Louisa. Equine Welfare Society in Keswick. I'm going to feel bad if I forget somebody close by, which I'm sure I am forgetting somebody. And then we've got some further afield.
And what's the name of this association? So if somebody wanted to find a group, how would they go about that?
So I think, unfortunately, our website is down right now.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, no.
Because I sent somebody to it the other day to try and find
the association
contact information.
website.
The association
Right,
website
okay.
is
Not the
down.
Hope Legacy.
Not the Hope's Legacy
Yeah,
website.
right.
Our
Yeah.
website's up. But the Vero page is down, unfortunately.
Okay.
We need to get that up. But what we do a lot of is, if somebody reaches out to me and they need to surrender their horse, but we don't have room for it.
You're a matchmaker.
We can post for these
Yeah.
other organizations. We've got a private Facebook group, and we can post in there, and frequently another rescue in the state will be able to step up and say,
Well, that works.
I've got room for that horse.
That works.
It's a good way to network and find placement for horses.
That's great. Nice.
How did you, I remember with this, we're all business owners here. And I remember in the beginning of COVID, that scary, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Yeah.
We all had it.
Yes.
I think it's important to highlight those feelings because we've overcome it.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't disregard them.
Yeah.
Because we all have.
Yep.
How about you personally?
It was very scary for a while. We were worrying about if donations were going to just stop coming in. We couldn't do our fundraising events because so many of our fundraising events were in person. We couldn't go out and do just the meet and greet events and things like that. And our donors were amazing, absolutely amazing. We actually were able to hit our budget numbers for last year.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Pattie Hansen loves that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was great. I met Pattie after the Peaceable Farm case.
She's watching you right now.
Excellent. Yep. She and her daughters came out and volunteered and helped us care for those horses.
Isn't it a special community?
It is a wonderful community. Horse people are fantastic. And the horse people in this area in particular, I think we're just incredibly lucky to be here.
Exactly.
I mean, this has got to be one of the best areas in Virginia for horses, right?
I
And
personally
that's one of the
certainly
best
think
stories,
so.
right?
Yeah.
That's one of the best
Yep.
stories. I mean, one thing that's, yes, it's been tough for a lot of people during the pandemic, but so many people have stepped up when people needed to step up. I mean, I
Yeah.
can only think back to our pet food pantry.
Yeah.
Where my suppliers and distributors and said, what do you need? And be able to supply pet food to people that, out of work, weren't even sure where their own groceries were coming from,
You know what she was doing? So when the restaurant industry closed down to COVID, she reached out on social media and through her show, and she said, if you're front of the house or the back of the house and you need food for your dogs because you don't have a job, come find me.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
We still have that. I mean, if people need help, they can call us and we'll say, well, what do we got back here? We'll continue to do, to be the voice and help people when needed. So
You guys do so much for the animal community.
Well,
You really do.
we love the animals.
You do.
We love it.
She does love the animals. So plans and goals for here and beyond.
So paying off the farm was really kind of just the start. From here, the next kind of really big project that we have coming up is, and we've started talking to builders to get bids. We need to build an intake/quarantine barn. Right now, we just have a little 2-stall barn. We're going to be building an 8-stall barn that's going to be designed. We've actually gotten input from our vets as to what things would be helpful for them with taking care of these horses that we bring in. And that is going to really help us, when animal control calls and says we've got a case and there are, 10 critical horses or however many critical horses, rather than having to spread them out among multiple places, we'll have one location that'll be all ready for them. And then we are going to be building a riding ring, which means that we'll be able to actually save money long-term on horse training because we'll be able to do more at our facility versus having to send them out to places, which is what we're having to do currently. And then eventually we will be building a larger barn that's going to be for, when vet comes, we can have all the horses in there for the vet care and when the farrier comes and for feeding and things like that.
Right.
Because right now, all the horses are living out in fields 24/7, and we'll continue to do that as much as possible because I think it makes the horses happier and healthier.
Oh, yeah.
But
As opposed.
so a lot of horses spend a large portion of their life living in a stall, and there are certainly reasons for that. And for certain horses and what people do with them, that is the better option for them. But especially for our horses, for the most part, being out is much better for them. So we're going to continue to do that as much as we can.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I have pictures of Ike because he's just now, moved. He's been at his...
He's in North Carolina
In
now,
North
right?
Carolina, coming from the wilds of Montana, but there he was living outside with a herd of 100. They would bring him in during the day for feeding and whatnot, but, back outside and whatever. And, the personal attention that he did get some there, but where he is now, he's got, oh man, he's living the life of Riley. He's getting great meals. He's got shelter from the flies. He's got all these cute little barn teenage and younger girls that just think he's like a prince and giving him baths and brushing his mane and
Ike's living
tail
his
and all
best
that.
life.
Oh, the look on his face was, oh yeah. He's just, it's just really funny to see him. He's just totally digging it. So
Well,
it's good for him.
I will tell you what, I very much miss the in-person interviews, right?
Yeah,
Do you not?
I did. I'm
Yeah.
glad we can do them.
Me too.
Yeah.
What time do you think it is?
I have no idea.
3:45?
Really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Flies, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Well, we had a lot to talk about today.
How can we continue to help Hope's Legacy?
So you can visit our website, which is www.hopeslegacy.com, and we've got information on volunteering, donating, fostering, adopting, kind of all the all the options are
Right.
on there. And of course, our Give Horses Hope fundraiser that we have going on next week. There's information on that on the website. And even if you're not able to donate or anything, just help spread the word. Like the one woman said, she didn't know that we existed until today.
And the public
Forest Lakes.
view-
Yep.
day is June 16th, right? It's
I'm
the
sorry,
public
the-
visiting day?
June
is
19th.
19th,
Yes,
that's right.
Saturday
okay.
the 19th.
Saturday
Yep.
the 19th. Mark your calendar, people.
Yep.
Maya, you're awesome. We wish you the best.
Thank
Um,
you so much for having me. This was a
Completely
blast.
her doing. Pattie Zeller. J-Dubs, why don't we go to a two-shot here with Pattie and
That's
I?
right.
And Pattie, I'd like to spend some time highlighting everything that's going on in your world.
Oh, my goodness.
Because
Well,
you got a lot of balls in the air.
we do. I mean, again, we have our National Rescue Dog Celebration this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And, there's still time if you would like to get one of our free gift boxes. There's pet food, treats, pet care products. There's about $70 worth of stuff in our box and free gift bags and gift certificates. And if you have adopted a rescue pet between January 2020 and May 2021 from a local pet rescue, we do need proof of your adoption certificate to be able to receive a box. You should call us today or tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have to close the availability because we're just going to run out of materials.
It's
But
free.
It is free. But we're doing this to celebrate all these families that have rescued pets during the pandemic and onwards. So we're doing that. And that's
Your neighbor's open.
our neighbors are open.
Ix is reopening.
Man, our neighbors are open. Lampo is open, people.
Yeah.
Go get pizza. Go get sandwiches and really yummy Brussels sprout salad.
Some of the best pizza in the Commonwealth
It
at
is.
Lampo.
Lampo
They're
is
crushing
open.
it.
They are takeout only, but you can go sit in our
Next
beautiful
to
gardens
you.
at X. Yep.
Yeah.
Brazos tells me that they're opening their dining room soon, but you can't eat outside
true?
right now. Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So good stuff's happening, people.
Saturday morning
Saturday morning.
at Ix.
Oh,
the
that's
place
right.
to be.
Farmers market, big farmers market. They now are completely full. They cannot accept any more vendors, so they have.
It's become the farmers.
It is the farmers market,
Yeah.
and there's food trucks, and there's every nationality of food that you could ever think of.
That's actually true.
It is. I mean, it's just a great place to be and hang out. Live music will be starting soon.
We
there.
suggest Mama Bird if you're looking for an idea. We
Oh
love
my
Mama
gosh,
Bird.
all of it,
Yeah.
all of it. So and just watch the X page because entertainment's starting up, people. Woohoo!
We're coming out of it, Maya.
We're excited.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, it's about time.
Right.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
So
This is What's Barking Local.
yeah,
Presented by her and Animal Connection at Ix Park in September. They celebrate 20 years in business.
can you believe it?
Flu.
Holy smokes!
Flu, right?
Yep, it has. So-
13 for us on the 31st of this month.
oh my gosh!
And
Party
it
on.
Flew.
Let's say we're partying.
Yeah. And you know why it flies? Is because all three of us fortunate to be doing what we love for our
That's
profession.
right. Exactly.
Yep.
So go support
All right.
the folks that are making the area better, and Animal Connection certainly is. This is What's Barking Local, presented by Animal Connection and Ix Park. Maya Proulx, Hope's Legacy. Support them, visit them online, and go
Exactly.
see Pattie and say hello to her at Ix. Go to the farmers market on
Heck
Saturday.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is so
Just come say hi.
dynamic at Ix on Saturday morning.
All
Thank
right.
you for joining us on the I Love CVille Network. We will see you tomorrow at 12:30.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers.
Good job.
Yay.
Very nicely done.
Doesn't hurt a bit.